So do you remember the solution name?
Solution.
So let me see. So we have created one. We have given one name for our solution, no, for our project. No?
SSIS.
Pick size 17. Okay. Now we are able to see our packages. Okay. Now let me go for start with the data flow task. Okay. So let me create some new package. So if you want to create a package, we have to right click on this SSIS packages. Let me see whether this is recording. Yes. So if you want to create a new package, we have to go to this SSIS packages folder and click on new SSIS package, and you can give some name. So we want to discuss about data flow task, no? So let me give the package name as data flow task package. So let me give the new name as so data flow package. Okay. Now always we have to give appropriate names to our packages in order to easily remember. Okay. So let me go for a drag and drop the data flow task. Okay. So this is the in the control flow tab. Okay. In the control flow section, this is the first task we have available. Okay. Now double click on this data flow task and let me go for now let me go for aggregate transformation. Okay. So good evening, Durga Prasad. So we just started with we have finished already. We finished the demo classes, 3 demo classes, and we are starting with the data flow task transformations. Okay. Now let us go for first one. So in this data flow task, we can see the list of transformations that is present in the common list, and we can see the list of sources, okay, and list of destinations as we explained in the demo classes. Okay. Now what my requirement is, so I want to apply some aggregate functions. Okay. So let us say I want to get the city-wise sales or branch-wise sales. Okay. So let us show you some data so that you can easily understand. So let me connect to the database. So I have one. Let me go to the database list. So I have some DBSI database. Okay. Or let us take some DSI4 database. Click on new query window. Okay. Now you can see. So I have some table. So let us say select start from table underscore. So I have some data. Okay. Now in this table I have the employee list, their names, their date of joins, and the list of salary and the city in which the employees are working. Okay. Now my customer wants to see the city-wise total salary he was paying to the employees. Okay. So city-wise total salary he was paying to the employees. Then what I can do is the SQL server, how we can get it is, so we will get sum of salary. So we need to see the total salary, So sum of salary, and he wants to view the city-wise total salary, And you will write EMP city, comma sum of salary, and we will write group by EMP city. Okay. So this will give me the city-wise total salary. So for Hyderabad, he is paying the 1,09,000, Bangalore 12,000 like that. So which will give me the city-wise total salary. Okay. So in order to achieve the same in SSIS, what we will do is we can use this aggregate transformation. Okay. Whenever you want to apply some aggregate functions, so this sum is a aggregate function. Okay. So sum, average, minimum, maximum, okay, count, all these functions are called as aggregate functions. Okay. So whenever you have that requirement to get the aggregated data, so in SSIS we will use the aggregate transformation. Let us see some example. So let us see how we can achieve the output, how we can achieve the same output in SSIS without writing a queries. So first of all, we have to select the table. Okay. So we have to select the appropriate source. So since your data is present in the SQL table, okay, since the data is present in a table, so we have to select the source as flat file, that is we have to select the source as OLEDB source. Okay, you can see the icon here, it is like a database, SQL database. Okay, so first of all get the source data ready. Okay, so we have to go to this source, double click on that, and it is asking for, okay, your data, okay, is present in which server at which database. Okay, so we have to specify that. Now my table data is present in under the server name, that is Balaji-PC. Okay, and the database is DB Sai phone. Okay. Now how I got this server name as Balaji-PC? So in which computer you are installing the software, that computer name will become the server. Okay. So my computer name is, you can see my computer name is, so my computer name is Balaji-PC. Okay. So since I installed the software, SQL software in my computer, so my computer name, the computer name will has become the server name, SQL server. In that, my table is present in the DB Sai phone. Okay, so here we have to specify that connection information. Okay, now click on new, and here it will ask us, okay, create a new data connection. Okay, again click on new. I don't want to use the existing ones, I want to create a new one. Now let me specify the server name, SQL server name as Balaji PC. Once you specify the server name, it will show the list of databases present in that server. Now you can see I have the TV side. Okay, click on test connection, click on OK, click on OK. Okay, now in this DB Sci4, okay, which is your table? Okay, now you can see we have data access mode, so which is by default. First one is table or view. Yes, I want to select the data. I source data is present inside the table. Then go for it, and let us see our table, that is table underscore EMPL master. Now let me select the table. The table name is table underscore EMPL master. And if you want to preview the data, you can click on this preview button. So which will show me the list of records present in the table. Okay. Now my source data is ready. Okay, we can see the list of columns also. By clicking on this, we can see the list of columns also. Okay, now my source is ready. Now what I want to do, I want to apply the, I want to get the city wise salary. Now pass this source data to the aggregate transformation. Okay, so we have dragged and dropped the aggregate transformation. Okay, so if you want, so you have to go to this toolbox and drag and drop this aggregate transformation. Now pass this source data to this aggregate. Now double click on it. Now you can see that what you want to do, you want to get the city wise salary. Then just you don't need to write a query, just to select the column. Okay, and city wise total salary. Then select salary column. That's it. Okay, now here you can see by default, if it is a varchar column, means if it is a string data is present in that column, it is giving us the operation as group 1. You can see it is giving the operation as group 1. Okay, suppose if it is an integer data column, so in this salary I have the integer values. So in this salary I have the integer values. So here for this integer column, we can see the list of operations, like we have the list of aggregate functions, that is sum, average, minimum, maximum, count, count district, okay, along with the group by also. Now let me go for sum. That's it. What you want to do? You want to get the city-wise total salary, then just select the operation type as sum. Okay, that's it. You don't need to write a query here. Now you can see I have get the data, okay, source data, and I am aggregating the data now. By using this aggregate transformation, I am applying the sum of city-wise salary. Okay, after aggregating, if you want to push the data into any flat file or Excel file or any other table, then you can go to this SSIS toolbox and you can select the one of the destination. Now source is ready, transformation also is ready. Now you can choose one of these destination format. Now let me choose the flat file destination. Okay. Now after aggregating, I want to push the data into any text file. Okay. Now let me create one folder. So under the F drive, now let me create one folder for our project. So let us say, let me give the name as SSIS. So let me give Corona like that. Okay. Now let me go and specify here. Now let me click on this destination. Now where you want to, after getting the output, where you want to store, where you want to save the output. Now let me create a connection, means let me locate my file path. Okay, so here you can see, so here choose the format of the destination flat file. So delimited means, now let me show you some sample flat file. So let me go to the desktop. So we have some text file. Let us open this. Now here you can see, so here I have 4 columns and some rows, and each row is separated by enter keyword. Okay, that is a new line character, and each column value is separated by comma. So is separated by comma. Okay, each column value is separated by comma. So that is what it is asking here. Okay, now if I go to this and see here, choose the format of the destination flat file. So the columns are delimited by commas, means the column values will be delimited by commas. Expect the last one, which is delimited by the new line character. Okay, but the last column will be separated by the new line character. So you want the destination file also in this format, or like that it is asking. Okay, or fixed width means the columns are defined by fixed width. Okay, means only some tab space will be there between each column value. Okay. Fixed with row delimiters means the columns are defined by fixed width. An extra column delimited by the new line character is added to the defined row delimiters. Okay. So it is telling that the flat file, the destination, there will be some tab space between each column. Okay. And the last row and the last column will be separated by the new line character. Okay. The columns are defined by the fixed width. Expect the last one which is delimited by the new line character. Okay. So you can check these different formats. Okay. Now delimited means, now let me see delimited. I will set delimited. I will show all the formats one by one in the future class. Okay. So delimited means it will be separated with comma. Okay. And the last column will be separated with new line character. Let me select this format first. Okay. Now you can see a flat file connection, new editor is opened. Okay, a pop-up window is open. Now let me give some name to our connection. So let us give some name as aggregate output file. Okay, and let us specify the select a file and specify the file properties and the file format. Now let us go for browse where you want to locate. Now we have created one new folder. No? In the F drive we have created one SSIS underscore Taralano. Now let me store this output file in this folder. Okay. Now let me give the file name as aggregate or city-wise salary. Okay. Dot txt file. Okay. Anyhow, it will give us the dot text extension, txt extension, since it is a flat file destination. Okay. Now let me open it. Do you want the column names in the first row? Is like this. Do you want the column names like employee name, branch ID, salary? So here we have the output empcity. So this is the column names. No? So do you want those column names in the first record? Yes. Okay. Click on preview. So we have empcity and salary column names are there. Just click on it. Okay. Now after locating your destination file location, go to the mappings. This is the columns coming from the aggregate output, aggregate transformation output, and this is the columns you are going to create in the destination. Okay, you are just mapping it. Okay, it will be automatically mapped if column name and number of columns are same. Okay, click on that's it. Okay, so we have located the source, identified the source. Since my source is present in the SQL table, I have selected the OLEDB source. Okay, and I have located the table and I have previewed the data. Okay, and what I want to do, I want to get the city wise total salary. No? Then I have selected city column and sum of salary sum I have specified here. Okay, now after that, where I want to copy, okay, where I want to store the destination and in which format, I have selected the flat file destination. Now you can see whatever the connection we have created here, no, aggregate output file connection. So that connection is shown here, and we have created one DB connection to the DB SAI phone, no, that also is shown here. And here you can see I have located, so I want to store the data in SSIS Tharala with this name. Okay, and I have identified the delimiter as, you can see format as delimited. Okay, delimiter means it will be column values will be separated with comma. Last column will be separated by the row, will be separated by the new line column. Okay, rows will be new lines and the column values will be comma separated. That's it. Okay, so now we have
Sir,
not any query here. Okay, yes, tell me.
yeah, can you please go to the window which you closed now? Yeah.
Yes.
What is this header row delimiter and header row to skip? What are those?
So header row delimiter is nothing but, so the in any text file there will be header row, no? This is the header row, okay?
Okay.
And how the header row should be separated from the actual data rows, okay? CRLF is nothing but the new line character. CRLF is nothing but equal to the new line character. So header row, I want to separate the header row and the data row with the new line character. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. And do you want to skip the header rows? Okay. No, I don't want to skip the header rows. Okay. Start the data from the 0 like that.
For
Okay. This will be,
every
yeah, this will be the default selections. It will be there. Okay. So in future classes, we'll be saving. If any differences is there, you can easily identify that. Okay.
yeah, okay, sir.
Now let us go on. If you want to execute this task, you can go and right click on this. Okay. We can use this execute task. Okay. Now right click and click on execute task. So what it will do is, first of all, it will go and get the data from the SQL table and apply the aggregate transformation and load it to the destination. Now you can see. So total 21 records are coming from the source. And after applying the aggregate, it has converted the output is converted into 7 rows. Okay. Now let us see the SQL output first. So when I do the same thing in the SQL table, now you can see we have 5 rows. Output contains 5 rows, but my SSIS is giving 7 row output. Let us see what is the difference. Okay. Now it has stored the data, the destination file in the F drive, SSIS Rala. Now let us go and see. So in this folder, so it has created one city-wise salary text file. Now you can see, so the header row is there, which will be separated, okay, with the new line character from the data rows, and every column is separated by the comma value. And now we can see how many rows we are getting. We are getting 7 row output here. Okay, but why? So why it is giving 7 row output is, here if you observe,
The
there is capital H Hyderabad is there and small h Hyderabad is there. Okay, and capital B Bangalore is there and small b Bangalore is there. So why means the SSIS is case sensitive. Okay, SQL is not case sensitive. Okay, it will treat the capital H Hyderabad and small h Hyderabad as similar. Okay, but the SSIS, now in this table you can see there are cities with capital H Hyderabad and small h Hyderabad. So it has treated them as different. Okay, now you can see here EMP city equal to Hyderabad. Okay, now you can see there is some capital H Hyderabad and small h Hyderabad. But the SQL server is treating it as both are same, but the SSIS is treating it as different. Okay, but my customer will accept this. He will say that no, Krishna, even though if it is capital H or small h, it has to treat as a same. Then you can go and see how to make them as similar is. If you go to the aggregate transformation, so for employee city, so for string columns, you can see that we have one more operator called, one more section called comparison flags, and you can go and see we have an option called ignore case option is there. Okay, so when you are dealing with the English language, we can use this ignore case option. This is for different languages, some Chinese language or some German languages. Okay, so what I'm telling is, so I have selected the ignore case option, means it will treat the capital H Hyderabad or small h Hyderabad as same. Okay, Now let us see, after selecting that option, we can go and see. So 21 records are coming and we are getting the output as 5 rows. Now you can go and check our destination. Okay, city-wise salary. Now you can see we are getting the Hyderabad and we are getting the amount as 1,09,000, which is equivalent to our SQL data. Now you can go and see, if I do this select, now you can see for Hyderabad we are getting 1,09,000. So we have this option. When we have case issues, we can go and select the ignore case option is there. Okay, ignore case option is there. Now let us say my customer is asking for, okay Krishna, now it is you are showing me the city wise salary, that is well and good. Now can you get me the branch wise salary also? Now in this table I have one more column called branch ID also is there. You can see we have one more column called branch ID also is there. Okay, so if you ask me to get the branch wise salary, then I can go on, I need to go and write one more query. So let us say select sum of salary, okay, from table employee master, okay, and I need to get the, now I need to get the branch wise salary, no, branch ID group by, we have to move the data since we are using the aggregate transfer aggregate function, we have to compulsory use the group by class. Okay, now you can see which will give me the branch wise salary. Okay. Okay. Now from SSIS side, so if I want to get the branch wise salary, now what I have to do? Do I need to drag and drop one more aggregate transformation, or can we handle using the single transformation? Okay. So do I need to drag and drop one more aggregate transformation for a branch? Okay. Or can I handle using the single aggregate transformation? Yes. No need to drag and drop one more aggregate transformation. We can handle the second output also using the single inside the single aggregate transformation. Okay. So in that case, what we have to do is we have an option called advanced option is there. Okay. So go to this advanced option. Now the first pipeline is for city-wise salary. Okay. The first line is showing the city-wise salary. Now click on the second line. Okay. And let us give some name. Let us say branch-wise salary. Now let me write a name, give a new name called branch wise salary, and here you can see a new window is open, new section is open. From here you can select, now you want to go for branch wise salary, no, then select the branch ID and salary. That's it. Okay, now for salary, okay, as usual you can go for salary, and branch wise you can select group by, and for salary column you can just select the sum operation, so which will give you the branch wise salary. Okay, and if you go to the first line, which is showing you the city wise salary, and if you want to rename, you can go and give a new name, let us say city wise salary. Okay. Okay, now you can see group by column is city and the group by column is branch ID. Like that you can create n number of pipelines, not only two, we can create n number of pipelines. Okay, now let us click on. Now you can see it is showing us the one more arrow mark. Okay, one more arrow mark that is representing the, it is showing that okay, there is one more output is there. And if I want to push that output into any one of the Excel file or any other destination table, we can go on do that. Okay. Now let me go to this. Let me look at your create a connection to your Excel file. Browse. Under the same we have tried SSIS Tarla. Okay, the same folder. I want to create one Excel or branch wise salary. Okay, dot XLX. Whatever you want, you can specify. Okay, so do you want first row as a column names? Do you want the first row? Do you want to specify the column names? Yes. Then we have to check this option. Click on it. Okay. Now in that Excel file, what is the sheet name you want to give? Let us create a new one. Now you can see we are able to let us specify the let us say branch wise. Okay, salary. Okay, it contains the branch ID column and the salary column. Okay, now it will give us show us two ones. One is branch wise salary, another one is branch wise salary with a dollar value. Okay, always select the dollar. Okay, so Excel sheets always will have the dollar value appended. Okay, so better to select the dollar. So both are same. You can select anyone, but since it is Excel sheet, better to always select with the dollar. Okay. And after specifying the sheet name, we have to go to the mappings and locate your map your input columns and the destination columns. That's it. Okay. Now you can see that our Excel file is always gives us some problem. Okay. Means why? Because in the demo classes we have already seen Excel file will contains the Unicode format of data. No, Excel file will contains the Unicode format of data. So it will accept only the Unicode format. Means it won't accept the varchar. It will accept the nvarchar value. Okay. So it won't accept the normal varchar values. It will accept the nvarchar value. Okay. And also it won't accept the integer values. It will accept the it has to be converted to the float value. Just give me one. So now we can see the error here. So branch ID cannot convert between Unicode and non-Unicode data types. Okay. So here from the aggregate output, we can go and see the metadata data type of branch ID. So by clicking on this arrow, so we have an option called metadata. Here you can see branch ID is coming it as str. Is str means varchar. Okay. So it is not accepting the varchar value. We have to convert into the nvarchar. Okay. Now let us see how we can do that. Okay. Now in order to do that conversion, we have a transformation called data conversion history. Okay, we drag and drop that. Okay, so we have a transformation called data conversion. So in order to do the data type conversion, first of all, let me pass the output to the aggregate output to this data conversion. Okay, so let me pass this output to the data conversion transformation. Here you can see two columns are the branch ID. So it is coming it as string of, right now it is coming it as string. I want to convert this into Unicode format, that is Unicode string. So it is not accepting the normal string, that is varchar. We have to convert it into Unicode string which is acceptable by the Excel. Okay, select this. Okay. And also you can observe it is giving us the it is not only changing the data type, it is giving us the new column name, that is copy of branch ID. So if you want, you can rename it with any other new word. So let us say converted, okay, or converted Unicode branch, okay, or you can go on make it as just Unicode branch. Okay, I have given a new name called Unicode branch. Click on. Now pass this output to the Excel destination. Go to the Excel destination. Now go to the mappings. So here it is not accepting the branch ID. Why? Because it is a normal varchar data type. Okay, now let us point the Unicode branch ID. Now you can see I have pointed the Unicode branch ID to the Excel destination. Okay, now you can see that error is gone. Yes, mainly it will give problem for only varchar fields, not the integer fields or not for any date fields. It will give problem for char and varchar fields. So that's why it is not accepting the normal varchar format. Okay, so I have converted into Unicode string, that is nvarchar, and I have given a new name called Unicode branch ID, and I have gone to this Excel file and gone to the mappings, and from the input section I have mapped the converted column, that is Unicode branch ID column to the branch. That's it. Now you can see, so we are getting the source, and inside the aggregate we are creating one more pipeline. Okay, we have gone to the advanced section, and we have selected the one more column, branch wise salary, in which I have branch wise sum of salary. Okay. After that I am getting one more output. I push it into the Excel file destination, and you can see Excel connection manager. Okay, so which is pointed to the same SSIS folder branch wise salary. Okay, and now since it is not accepting the normal varchar data, I have used the data conversion to convert into Unicode format, to convert the branch ID from DTSTR to DTWSTR, that is Unicode format. Okay, now we can go and execute this. Now the aggregate will give us the two outputs. One is city-wise salary, another one is branch-wise salary. Okay, now you can see 5 rows and 4 rows. And you can compare with the Excel data SQL output. Now you can see we are getting the 4 rows. And now let us go for our destination folder. So under the F drive we have SSIS Kerala, and you can see we have a branch based salary Excel file, in which you can see a sheet with a branch based salary, and you can see branch ID column and salary. Okay, so this is how we can get the multiple outputs. Okay, we can create multiple outputs inside a aggregate transformation. Okay.
Sir, one small doubt, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, the thing is, if you execute this task twice, I mean, couple of times, what will happen? It will append the data, right, in both Excel sheet and flat file.
So in flat file, we can have an option to can see.
So let's go live, sir. Please execute it a couple of times, one
Now
more
you can
time.
see we have one override data in the file is there. Okay. So if you select this option inside the flat file, we have one override data in the file. Okay. So if I do that, what it will do, it won't append, it will just overwrite the data. Okay. Now let me execute it one more time. Now you can see one more time it is executed. Okay. Now you can go and see this city-wise salary. So always it is showing the 5 records only. Okay. Why? Because it is overwritten. Okay. But branch-wise salary, now you can see it is going and appending the data. So it is going and appending the data here. Okay. So we have to do some workaround when we are dealing with the Excel files. Okay, but for flat file, we have the option called inside the flat file destination. So we can select this overwrite. If you uncheck this, so it will go on append the data. Okay, now you can see if I do uncheck that one. Now in the flat file also, if you go and see the flat file also, see it is going on appending the data. Okay, but if I do that, so if I do that overwrite option, then it will go and overwrite the data. Okay, but for Excel file, do we have that option? No. So we don't have direct option. Now you can see there is no checkbox to do that overwrite option. Okay, so there is no checkbox to do that overwrite option. Okay, but now what is happening? Now it is always going and appending the data here. Okay, now how to load it as a new data? I don't want to append the data. Then how we can overwrite the data? Okay, so there is some workaround need to be done. What we have to do is, first of all, we have to create a connection to that Excel file. Okay, and we have to delete that file. Okay, we have to delete the Excel file data. So before calling this task, okay, before calling the data flow task, in which inside we are loading the data now, we are using this Excel file now. So before calling this data flow task, what we have to do is we have to somehow we have to delete the data. Somehow we have to delete the data of Excel. So that is not a direct task. Okay, we have to do some workaround. So what we have to do is, first of all, we will create a, okay, what we will do is, so usually how we have handled this is, so the D drive, what we will do with the same, let us say SSIS Kerala. Now let me copy this. Okay, now let me go to the D drive and let us say paste it here. Okay, now let me go to this and let us remove the data. Okay, I have removed the data. Okay, let me save it. Okay, now in this file which is contained in the D drive, I don't have any data here. It is an empty Excel file. Okay, now what I will do is, so if I tell now only, it will be little bit difficult to understand for you. Let me see. Now let me go for flat file. This file system task. Okay, go to this. Now what I want to do is the file system task. I want to do the copy file option. So we have the copy file option. Okay, let us go to the source file. So let me do that. Okay, and after that I will explain you what we have to do. Okay, yes, it is an existing file. Yes, so go for D drive. So go for branch wise salary. Okay, let me select this. So the D drive I have branch wise salary. Let me go for it. Okay, now what you want to do, you want to copy the file. Okay, so to the destination, where it is your destination, let me go for new connection. So let me go for existing file, go for F. Okay, in this we have SSIS. Okay, now let me select this branch basis. Okay, Now I just want to copy the file. If the file is already present, do you want to overwrite it? Yes. Okay. Now let us go and execute this. What it is do is it will copy the empty one. Okay. It will replace the data one with the empty file. Okay. So already we have some data in the Excel sheet. Okay. In the F drive Excel sheet, already we have some data. So in the F drive Excel sheet, already we had some data. So this will get replaced with the empty one. Now you can see, I can go and see this here. So it will get replaced with the empty one. Okay, I'm copying the empty one. Okay, I'm replacing the data one with the empty one present in the D drive. Okay, now once you make your file empty, okay, then you can go and execute this data flow task. Here again, the destination file is located. Now you can go and execute this package. Now you can see, first it will, the data one will get replaced with the empty file. Okay. So let me go for what is happening. Let us see. So it is already copied with the new one now. Let me go for execute task. So now you can see that it has copied with the old one. So let me open the package one more time. Sometimes. So that is the logic we have to do. First of all, we have to empty our Excel file and then go and copy the. Okay, maybe I have removed the mapping document. No, so means that header row also I have removed. No, so in this data flow task, okay, so in this Excel file, so I have removed the mappings. Now you can see the mappings are removed. Okay, now let me do that one again. So in this Excel file, so when I am copying it, I have copied with the without headings. No, so we have to make sure that header also is there. Why? Because which are required for mappings. So what is the name we have given? That is branch ID. Okay, branch ID, and one next one is salary. No? Now let me do that one. Okay, now let me save it. Okay, now let us go on do that one execution again. Now let us go for Excel connection manager, and now name of the sheet, let me take the branch by salary. Now let me go for mappings. Okay, now next one is Unicode branch ID, but I want to create a sheet with mm, MPID salary. No? Now let me take a new one here. So let me go for new connection. So let me come from first. Okay, Excel file path. So let me go for SSIS Kerala. I want to give, let us say, branch new. Okay, underscore salary. Okay, dot XLS format. Click on open. Okay, name of the Excel sheet. Let me go for new and let us give some name. Let us say city Excel. Okay, city salary. Okay, have right now I have three columns. Okay, but I don't require the let me go for only 2 columns. Okay, click on OK. Now we have the city salary dollar. Go to the mappings. So here I don't want the branch ID. So I want to make the Unicode branch. Okay, click on OK. So now in the same destination folder, okay, in the same F drive, I have created with in the SSIS Kerala, okay, folder. We have one city-wise branch new salaries there. Now let me first of all copy it. Now let me first of all execute it. So it will send the branch-wise salary to the destination file. First of all, let it copy. Okay, now it has copied and it has executed successfully. Now what I will do is I will take this copy of this. Now you can go and see we have the data. Okay, now let me go and copy this. Okay, go to the D drive. So let me go for some folder. Let us say Jeju. Now let me paste it here. Okay, so branch news salary. Now let me open it and let us remove the data, only the data. Okay, so let the column names should be there, which is required for mappings. Okay, I have removed the data. Now let me save it. Okay, now I have copied the branch new salary, but I have kept the mapping header row because which will be required for mapping purpose. Okay, now I will go to this package, go to the control flow, and let me take file system task. Now let me create the source. Okay, so with which one I want to copy, let me go for new one. Now let me take the file system task. Okay, now let me copy the source one, that is empty file, create a new connection. So is it existing? Yes. Now under the D drive, so we have the under which one, under the G2. Okay, I have one branch new, so I need to copy the this demand into the destination, that is which is having the data one. So let me go for that is also existing. Yes. Which one? That is under the F drive, under the SSIS folder. Okay. Now with which one? That is the new one. Okay. Now if it is already present, do you want to overwrite? Yes, I want to overwrite. That's it. Now after copying with the empty one, okay, now after replacing the data one with the empty one, go on execute our data flow task. Okay. Now let me execute this package. Right click and execute this package. Now you can go and see. Now you can see your task also got executed. And now let us see whether your Excel file contains only the 4 records or 8 records. Is it appended or overwritten? So let us go to our SSIS folder and you can go and see. So always it contains the 4 records. Okay. So while copying, we should be careful. Now we have deleted this. Now let us see. Now why that 4 line spacing is coming is, now let us go and see. So let me go to the D drive. So already we have, when we are copying, it contains the 4 lines of data. No? So better to always delete these 4 rows since it contains the 4 lines of data. Okay. So now let us delete this sheet. Okay. Now let us delete the 4 lines. So since it contains 4 lines, you can just delete the data. Okay. You can just delete the 4 lines of data. Now let us save it and let us go and execute it one more time. So how many times you execute, okay, it will, the Excel file also will contains the only 4 records of data. Now it will, first of all, it will copy the, it will replace the data file with the empty file, and then it will try to execute our data flow task. And now we can go and see your destination under our SSIS folder. Okay, so which will always contains the 4 records. So thus some workaround need to be done. Okay, this is one of the way where you can empty your Excel file before loading the data, and then afterwards again reload the table, reload the Excel file. But if you are dealing with the flat file, okay, so we have an option inside the flat file. We have an option to overwrite. If you want to overwrite, you can just select this checkbox. Understood?
So can you open that file system task one?
Okay, the professor are able to understood.
Sir, can you open that file system task one?
Are able to understood?
File system task, sir.
No.
Hello.
Hello.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, tell me now.
Sir, can you open that file system task once? Your source connection is that like a destination Excel sheet, right?
Empty one, empty Excel sheet.
And empty Excel sheet.
Yes.
Source one.
And the destination is our data one.
This is the actual data.
So we will come again to this flat system file system task. Okay. In later class also we'll come to this file system task. How to do all those things.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So can I stop now?
Yes, sir.
So Tarala, are you able to understand?
Yeah, I'm able to understand, but little bit, some confusion.
Yeah. In this file system task, you don't have experience. So once this data flow task is finished, we'll go for that one.
Okay.
So just listen this video again, and you can just practice it. It will be easy to understand.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll stop now. We'll continue the tomorrow class same time, 9:30.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, sir.